Does gender make a difference in how females are portrayed in film? Hollinger, in the study of the actress, states, if a star acting has been neglected as a subject of scholarly analysis, the work of a star actress, especially in the contemporary star actress, has been particularly ignored. This essay is going to address the issue by examining the role of women in superhero films. Wonder Woman and the male gaze. Wonder Woman was created in 1941 by William Moulton Marston, pen named Charles Moulton, and artist Harry G. Peter from DC Comics. Her original name was Suprema the Wonder Woman, but was shortened to just Wonder Woman by a popular phrase at the time describing gifted women. The superhero genre has had a long, troubled history with how it represents women. From the beginning, female superheroes were drawn in ways that highlight their bodies more than their personalities or powers. Take the 1970s Wonder Woman series, for example. Just look at how her body is shown. Her tight costume highlights her figure and isn't designed for practicality or combat. Compare that to Superman's suit. It's clear she wasn't made with realism in mind, but instead for the male audience to look at. Now jump to Wonder Woman 1984, directed by Patty Jenkins in 2020. This time a woman is behind the camera, and you can feel the difference. As Gabriella says, it was incredibly refreshing to see women portrayed as a hero. What I loved the most was the complete void of male gaze. There is a scene where Steve is naked, getting out the pool while Diana is fully clothed. It could have been about female desire, but the camera focuses on his watch, not his body. This subtle choice avoids objectifying him and instead highlights something meaningful. It pushes back on the usual way women are sexualized in film. Now, Diana's costume still isn't fully practical, but Jenkins shows her strong and independent without sexualizing her. The film avoids the usual sexy suiting up trope and includes a female villain which challenges the idea of that all women should be caring or motherly. So what actually is male gaze? Male gaze is when media, usually made by men, shows women as objects, over-sexualized and lacking independence, often just reacting to the men. Even without male characters present, female characters are still often shown through this lens. Now, Patty Jenkins has said Wonder Woman was always shaped by the male gaze. In her film, she tries to undo that. She focuses on Wonder Woman's values, truth, hope, strength, and compassion. As Jenkins says, I wanted to tell a story about a hero who believes in love, who believes in truth, and who believes in people, and she happens to be a woman. Now, my next example is Black Widow. Black Widow was created by men, editor Stan Lee, scripter Don Rico and artist Don Heck, but it took decades for her to get proper development. Not until Black Widow 2021, directed by Cate Shortland, did she get her own story. Before that, she appeared in 9 Marvel films, mostly as a sexy side chick, a love interest, or even being called a monster for being infertile. Both Barbara Creed and Emily Malone argue that when a feminine is fabricated as monstrous, it is commonly achieved through an object association with our sexuality, our reproductive bodily functions, or our role as mother. In Avengers: Age of Ultron, Natasha barely has any lines or any action scenes, and is portrayed as emotionally attached to Bruce Banner. She is rejected by him and later carried off like a damsel, but her costume is unzipped just enough to reveal her chest, perfectly styled hair, gazing at her saviour. This is completely out of character and sends a bad message to young girls. As Scarlett, the actor of Black Widow, says, I was playing a character that was overly sexualized. Now I have a better understanding of my own self-worth. Black Widow 2021 changes all of that. It focuses on Natasha's trauma, her family, her identity. She's a fighter, a saviour, a sister. Her strength is emotional as well as physical. She is finally the heart of her own story. Ultimately, it's a metaphor for women reclaiming control over their lives and narratives. As Cate Shortland says, I wanted Natasha to feel like a whole human being, not a fetished action figure. Now for my final example, I'm going to be talking about Harley Quinn. Now look at Harley Quinn in Suicide Squad 2016, directed by David Ayer. She is the clearest example of male gaze. Her costume, booty shorts, crop top and dog collar is wildly impractical, especially compared to the tactical gear the men wear. The camera constantly lingers on her body, more specific her chest. In one prison scene, she is shown in tight, revealing clothes which exaggerate her sexuality and contrast with how inmates are usually dressed. Now, in contrast, Birds of Prey 2020, directed by Cate, tells a different story. Harley still wears bold, colourful outfits, but now they feel like it's her choice, which reflects her personality. The camera focuses on her emotions and her actions, not her body. She is no longer in a toxic relationship. She's her own messy, free, flawed person. As Margot Robbie, who plays Harley Quinn, says, she's dressing herself now. She's got agency, she's not someone's sidekick. And that's what Bird of Prey shows, Harley reclaiming her voice and reshaping her identity on her own terms. Now here's my conclusion. For years, female characters in superhero films were created by men for men. They were overly sexualized, sidelined, and used to support male characters. But that's finally changing. With directors like Jenkins, Cate Shortland, and Cate, women are finally telling their own stories. Now, Wonder Woman, Black Widow, and Harley Quinn are no longer just sidekicks or eye candy. They are strong, complex, emotional characters with real agency. Their stories matter, and they are no longer told through the male gaze, but through their own lens. Thanks for watching.